Yo, what up, crypto stores? Yo, so I was trying to get my boy in here, um, but I don't know. He's having technical difficulties, so I'm gonna text him on the side. But yeah, if you have anything you want to say, you want to kick it off, have a little conversation here. We were just doing like a talking about life thing, so honestly, just open up to literally whatever. Like, what's life about? What's your life about? What are you going through? Like, whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Just an open space. So what's going on, bro?
Yo, how you doing, buddy? KOWSKY?
Hell
I
yeah.
I I, I missed your real first name there. KOWSKY, we calling you KOWSKY?
You can call me
Co-
Kowski. My first name
Copy.
is Ian.
Okay, copy.
Uh, Either is fine. Most people call me Kowski on here. IRL, it's Ian, but a lot of people call me Kowski IRL too. But yeah, either way.
I seen your name, man, and I just want to jump in and quickly connect again because I didn't really want to say too much in that space because there's so many people. And just about life, holy shit! Grateful to be alive, man. And what a story coming out of there. A couple of them were pretty intense, and I heard that. And you want to talk about life, man? I heard that young man there. I can't remember his name, talking about dropping on a run. And
Yeah, bro, I heard that. That was literally like unreal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you're texting people, you're talking to people on Twitter sometimes, and I don't know, like I almost just assume like, yeah, if you're on Twitter, everything's fine to some extent. And like I have my own troubles too and that type of shit. Like I know not everybody's literally fine, everyone has like a battle, but like bro, he literally died like within the past like what was that past like 3 weeks or something. It's just like holy shit. I don't think he like tweeted about it. It's just like you literally never fucking know like the battles people are facing and what they're going through. So it's just like a constant reminder for me to just like when I get mad or when someone's being like fucking annoying or something. And this is a lot from Gary Vee, got to give him credit, but like I literally straight up started being like some people like get fucking weird with me and I'll just be like, yo, dude, how is your day? Like like you're in the store and they're like, I'm sorry, I can't return this. You passed the return policy. And be like, you know what I mean? You're like, look, I'm so sorry. Like, it's probably my fault. How's your day going? And people are just so caught off guard. They're like, what do you mean? I said I can't do this. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. You can't do it. Honestly, it's my fucking fault. How's your day going though? I'm still here. What's going on? And like people are just like jarred, like instantly, like they cannot figure out like they're like, well, what happened to the other thing? I'm like, no, I heard what you said. You said we can't do it. And then and then sometimes you'll come back around and I'll be like, yeah, so I'm sorry. They tell you about their day, whatever. And be like, hey, look, I'm sorry. Like, I'm asking for something. I know I'm a day over the return policy. If there's someone you could ask, I'd really appreciate it. If not, hey, I'm just glad we talked and you had a good day. And like,
yeah,
bro, most of the time they'll help you after that. But if not, it's not for that. It's just, hey, maybe you don't need something as much as they do. So I
it's
think
a
that's fucking
different way
dope.
of looking at things. Absolutely, man. And that's where the V Minders is hitting everyone so good. I mean, Gary, like I tried to say it quickly, but they said that they wanted to be on the same level as V Friends, and I'm like, you guys already are. Like the million what retweets or whatever it is already, like the level that they're on already and that everyone's on, and the positivity that you spread, that sprinkle on the cake, man, like that's exactly what they tried to do, and that's exactly what you're doing, and that's what everyone's doing. It's just so amazing. So that's why I couldn't say too much, and I just wanted to keep pawning it off and saying all that, but I wanted to keep it quick, so I thought I'd come in and connect with you quick.
Yeah, dude, it's my pleasure. Yeah, my friend finally got in here, so I appreciate you kind of holding it down while we got our co-host in here. Matt, how are you doing over
I'm
there?
doing good. Sorry about that. It took me a little bit to get connected in, but happy to be here for sure.
It's okay. Matt is new to Twitter, so we're welcoming him in. RJ, if you have anything you want to say, this is pretty much an open discussion here. I was just telling Cryptosaurus, my guy over here, me and Matt are just like kind of gonna host, co-host kind of thing. But really, it's just to kind of like talk about life. Our life, your life in general, any philosophies you have. You want to fucking vent, you want to do a little mental health, open it up, bro. Whatever the fuck anyone's feeling, it's just a space for that. So feel welcome. Matt, what are you thinking about? How was your day today?
My day was good, man. Same old, but just been thinking about life, where it's going with me lately, what I'm gonna do with it, and just trying to make some strides going forward to just keep on keeping on. How about you?
So pretty much same. One thing I kind of wanted to get into here, if no one else wants to kind of open it up to the space, just so we have a focus kind of here, is like what kind of what you said. Like, what are we doing in life? But what is life about, right? Like, what is the focus of life? And for me, I find the focus of life, and this is my life, and I think you could define it as you want, right? So actually, I'll make it a two part. So I think people go, what's the meaning of life? Step one, I think it's create your own meaning, right? So I don't think you're gonna find it in a textbook, so to speak. So even if you're following a religion or this or that, like you have to pick what book you're gonna open. You got to choose what you're gonna read. So even if it's kind of coming from somewhere else, like on some level, it is you because it's your life. There's no one else who could choose it for you. Who is giving meaning to your life? Who is choosing it? Now, beyond that, the meaning I choose to give to life is one to maximize positivity and to maximize like a good experience of life for yourself, but also in a way where what you do is like universifiable, like you could be a role model for others, and what you're doing is repeatable. That's important to me, and then also to always be learning and growing, right? So I like kind of to relate the ideas that I have across many different topics and different areas because I find that bolsters strength, right? Like if something is true in one area, then you kind of abandon the context, but that truth holds true in a completely separate area. I think it's even more true, or it's like a deeper truth, right? So, um, I think it's like a super symmetry, maybe some people call it. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is the universe itself on a physical level, it's always expanding, right? There's always more space, between us and the other galaxies, and the universe is like growing and growing and growing. And not only that, but if you're into physics, it's actually the rate at which the universe is expanding that's actually growing. So it's growing and it's growing ever faster. And if we consider ourselves a microcosm of the universe, and you want to kind of take a note from the universe itself, it's like, well, that's what we should be doing, right? We should be doing our best to be growing all of the time, and grow even faster, so to like build on the growth you've already had, and create a kind of like a rapid growth acceleration funnel kind of thing. Matt, what do you think about that?
Well, I think it goes back to the conversation we were having the other day of just expanding your energy, and basically making sure that you're constantly, like what you're saying, growing in life, but also just in every aspect expanding yourself. So whether it's your reach with people, whether it's, you go to the gym and you work out and you want to basically just grow whatever muscles you're trying to work on that day. If growth to you is writing, so like for me, that's my passion. So, um, basically expanding in all areas of life that you just want to. So I definitely echo that statement for sure. Um, but I guess I have a question for you to just keep it going here.
Keep it coming,
Um,
baby.
so what are some of the highest points in your life where you felt like your energy has started expanding into the areas that you wanted them to?
So I would say life always begins at the end of your comfort zone, right? And it's cliche, but anything cliche has obviously stood out over a long period of time. So it's corny, but it exists still for a reason, right? Um, so what is a moment that I felt that? I would have to say it's a funny question. So for me, it's like I get the most nervous, I think, speaking in front of people. And people go, "Oh, but you're so good. You're a speaker. You speak all the time." Yeah, right. But that's me growing, So that's me confronting kind of an area that I'm not 100% comfortable in. So one of my recent kind of growth areas was, I went to this event with Gary Vee over the summer. It was like a private event at his wine library. I think it was like only like 100 people or so. And he's like, okay, this is going to do a Q&A, ask a very selfish personal question. Don't try to answer the question that you think the audience wants to hear, because the audience may actually just want to hear, the question you have for yourself. So it may not be as selfish as you think. And, as he's saying that, like my heart's beating. I'm like thinking like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to fucking throw up or pass out or something. Because my whole body gets nervous when I think I'm about to speak in front of a room. And I've spoken a lot, and I don't let it hold me back from speaking. But I do have this like physical kind of like anxiety reaction where my body's like, bro, are you fucking serious? Are you really gonna make us fucking talk again in front of people? Bro, I'm gonna fight you on this. I'm gonna fucking throw up if you try to talk right now. Don't fucking do this to us. I hate this. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, body. I'm in the driver's seat here, and we gotta grow, and growing's uncomfortable, and you gotta chill the fuck out, and it's gonna be okay. So I got up, I asked my question. despite my heart beating through my fucking throat. And I raised my hand, and he picks on me, and I'm like, holy fuck, like it's like I knew he was gonna pick me or something. I got so fucking nervous, it like made sense. But then I got my question out. I asked my question. I told Gary, what I wanted to tell him. Um, and lo and behold, it actually ended up being something he really liked or loved or enjoyed, to the point where I think that same week he did a clip of it. And he added a clip of like just that video of like me, asking my question and talking about happiness and wearing my Alien Ink shirt, right? So like part of the reason I'm doing all this stuff is I have my own personal brand. So yes, I want to help people, make other people happy, but at the same time, and it's not one or the other, it's both, right? So at the same time, I want to get myself out there. I want people to help me. I want to build my brand. I want it to be mutual. It's not an expectation. It's like a hope, though. So I'm wearing my clothes, right? And he selects my, little clip to put on his Instagram. He's got 10 million people on his Instagram. And, now my post is living there, permanently. And not everyone's scrolling back to watch me, but it's like, there's this quote that says the greatest treasure the greatest treasure you'll ever find lies in the cave with the fiercest dragon that you're most afraid to enter, or something. I'm probably butchering the quote, but you get the idea. And it's like I knew in that moment that this was like uncomfortable. My body was fighting me, the energy was fighting me, but my mind and my spirit said, no, this is like, you got to speak, dude. You got to put yourself out there. You got to say the name of your company. And then it turned out really well. Like, I can't guarantee you that's going to happen every time, right? But the more time you kind of face these moments where there's this energy around you and you're on the edge of your in the edge of your comfort zone, and you're going to take this leap into the unknown, I think more often than not, you are going to get rewarded for that. Whether it's, something coming from like the outside in kind of a reward, or if it's like you just kind of personally realizing that you've made the growth or something like that. I think you asked top three. I don't know. I got to go caught up in this one. I got to think of another two. Um, but I don't know. What do you think about the first one? Is that like a decent answer?
I would say so. I mean, just to sum up what you said, like I know you said that you might have been butchering the quote, but I think that life happens on the other side of fear. Like I know someone also who was really, really afraid of speaking in public, and getting up in front of a group of people and whatnot. But then the more that they started to do it, the more they started to really look comfortable. Because I was in a place where I was watching them do it all the time, and it was amazing because I was like, why do you seem so different now than you did a few months ago? And he's like, it's weird. He's like, the more that I start to get up in front of these people, the more that I start to talk to them and settle into my own and make jokes and whatnot, he started to really crave it. And he was like, I'm still afraid to do it. I still don't want to do it, but at the same time, like because it's been so much repetition in my life, it's like my body wants to do it, even if my mind is terribly afraid to do it. So I think it's also just a habit, and it's the habits that you're building for yourself. So if you're constantly doing something, going back to our conversation about expanding your energy, it is expanding your energy without even realizing that you're doing it. So just making sure that you're constantly going up against like some of your most fearful conversations. I mean, even being in here, like talking to people, having all you around, it's terrifying. But at the same time, it's something that I want to do. It's something that I want to do more. I want to extend my reach, expand my energy, and make sure that I'm getting up in front of people, whether it's virtual, whether it's in a room, and making sure that my voice is heard as well. So I would say that was a great answer.
Hell
Um,
yeah, bro. One thing, real quick. Let me just kind of do a little room refresh because we have a bunch of new people in here. We got Mikkel that came up on stage. Gonna let her talk, throw her the mic for a minute, see what she wants to say about the convo. But anyone else, who doesn't, know what's going on, we're just talking about life. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. There's no fucking rules. It's like life itself. We're gonna do it as it comes, as it goes. You want to say something, throw your hand up, request speaker, interrupt me. I don't fucking care. We'll find some respect for each other as we go. But let's just put it all out there. So, with that said, feel free to kind of, make your way in here. But Mikkel's already done so. What a fucking gangster. By the way, Matt, Mikkel's one of my greatest allies and friends and compatriots in the space. She actually helped me get inspired to feel comfortable, talking on spaces, hosting my own spaces. She is a space hosting motherfucking gangster, copywriter, community leader of like NFT projects and stuff. By the way, Mikkel, Matt doesn't really know about NFTs. We're going to try to onboard him into all of them, but we're going to go easy on him in the beginning. But anyway, yeah, Mikkel's great. and let's let her speak. Mikkel, what's going on?
Bro, that was way too much. I
It was just right.
literally have nothing. I just saw you were in a space, and then I saw you were hosting the space, and I was like, "Whoa, I'm gonna pop in there and talk shit with Kowsky." And then you guys were like having an intelligent conversation, and I just feel really out of place.
Just talk shit. Talk about poop and farts
I
whatever. It doesn't have to be intelligent. You could vibe. Matt, what's good?
I can help kind of steer the conversation because I have questions that I feel like if I'm constantly leading with questions, then it's going to get people to talk and it's going to get us to get inspired to maybe have some further conversation.
Ask Mikkel a question. Hit her with something.
Mikkel, I don't know you, but what is holding you back from being the person you want to be?
I'm going to say nothing. She's amazing, but Mikkel, go.
No, I was literally going to say that.
Literally nothing. Wow. Anybody else?
No one's up on the stage yet, so they can't speak yet. But
no,
Mikkel, what else
Rex
you got on the brain here? He's here, but he said he was just chilling.
Well,
he's back. Oh, never mind. I lied.
Shitless to go up in the. Only reason I came in here, KOWSKY, is because I seen you chilling by yourself, and then bam, I get ambushed by 8 people, and I'm like, holy shit, maybe I shouldn't have came in here. So really, I'm scared shitless to talk in spaces.
It's okay. It's okay. You could just.
You guys already made it super comfortable, super cool. I told you that I went up there in the first space just to quickly tell my story, and I told you some excuse. I made up an excuse right out the gate. I said, oh, there's lots of people up here. I'm going to get down. And I was like, no, only reason I went up was because he called my name. And I'm like, oh, man, why did he do that? So, yeah, I'm just relating here. This is great. And I loved Mikkel's answer there. That was awesome. Fuck yeah, let's go. And KOWSKY, man, I connect with you for some reason. And yeah, cool. Glad to be here. There, I said it. That's all I really got right now.
Hell yeah, bro. Talk as much or as little as you like. Hang up on there as a speaker. Flex on the listeners.
Copy that.
Listen, a word of advice: if you dress up as a cartoon animal, it gets a lot easier to talk on spaces.
I used to be a dinosaur, hence my name, and I then switched out, and I'm waiting on getting I got a V friend, and then my mom got into the crypto space, and I didn't like her profile picture, so I gave her my V friend, and now I don't have one, and so I'm just waiting to get another cartoon, and I'm gonna get another V friend soon. So,
hell yeti.
Life's good.
So, Mikkel, what else? What else you got going on here? I know you got to have some gems, some pearls, some wisdom to drop on us.
Literally none of that. I know. I came in here.
What incarnations?
Oh my God, Alex, calm down. I was just in this space with Alex, and everyone was on stage, and Froke and everyone, and Beanie is back, and he was like, "Nobody, see, this is the wrong stage for that," but it was fucking crazy, man. It was crazy. It's recorded. You should watch it. He was rugging him every time he tried to talk. He'd like ask him a question, and Beanie would like unmute his mic top, and he'd be like, "I don't give a fuck." Just rug him off the stage. Again, wrong audience for this.
It's okay.
It's okay. NFTs are better than any reality show. Like if you're into reality shows, NFT Twitter is better than any. It is. I don't even watch. What's a TV, right? Like this is life.
100%. So that's why we keep it real. Real as a motherfucker. So
yeah.
Coming back here to just talking about life and shit. So Matt, I know your question was, what's holding Mikkel back? Mikkel is unbridled, bro. There's nothing holding her back. She's a gangster. Things that are holding me back, though, I could take a stab at that one. Some of it's still fear, right? Like, it's like fear of failure. It's fear of looking bad, and some people are at different stages with this. So some people are at like a lower stage even than I'm at with these fears. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, you're doing all this shit. And I'm like, no, I'm definitely doing all this shit, right? But courage isn't, to me, and I think a lot of people would agree, courage is not like this sociopathic lack of, any ability to like feel fear or negative emotion. It's the complete opposite. Courage is sitting there totally fucking scared. Your body's fucking screaming, you're nervous, you're sweating, and some voice in you goes, fuck it, motherfucker, I'm going to do it anyway. So, the things that are standing in my way are fears, but it's not like it's a locked door, It's like I'm running into the wind, and like, the faster I run, the more the wind like also decreases kind of thing. So you know, there's resistance, but I'm like overcoming it day by day. But the resistance is still there, you know? So it's like you got to make a conscious effort, um, you know, to work on not getting held back by your fears. I remember when I was growing up, there was these hoodies, and you probably remember this, or who knows, but they said no fear on them. And it was like weird. Like I like over obsessed on that. Like I just liked the hoodies. I don't know why I was attracted to it. I was a very scared kid. And I was like, wow, no fear. Like that is literally the opposite of me. And like I put these hoodies on and like I was like, yeah, I have no fear. And I was like so fucking scared. And it kind of like pulled me to this place of like what if I really had no fears? Like where would I even start? Like I'm pretty young. Like maybe by the time I'm like 50, I'll have no fears. I don't know. Like this is when I was like 9. And you know, I just kind of started working on it. I was like, all right, like I don't know if I'll ever have no fears, but like maybe I shouldn't consciously react to fear. So like, you know, you can't, you know, like I said, I don't really think you could actually get rid of your fears, right? But you could stop accepting your fears. So rather than feeling that feeling of I'm afraid, well, you know, here's fear. I'm out. I'm not doing it. That's my cue. That's my message to leave and to quit. You know, it's going, nah, fuck that. Like, yes, I have the fear, but no fear. Like saying no to fear. Like no fear. You know what I mean? Like kind of spinning the phrase and being like, I will not let fear alone, you know, be the reason I don't do this. So then I would run this filter on things and kind of think like, okay, yes, I'm scared to do this, but I can't let that alone stop me. So is it like, is there a rational risk that really has a high probability that I want to outweigh? And what I mean by that is like, okay, like there's no fear, right? But I'm not going to cover myself in blood and swim in a fucking tank of sharks that are like totally free to eat me if they want to, right? Like, because yes, I'm scared of that, but that also is a bad fucking idea if I'd like to continue living. So like, it's not fear alone that's stopping me. I am scared, but it's like, no, I'm still not going to do that because that's a bad fucking idea. So it's like, don't just do everything you're afraid of, but don't ever let it be fear alone that's stopping you. And I think I'm pretty good at not letting fear alone stop me. Now I'm trying to even push that past that and get so used to doing it that the fear kind of just like fucks off or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. I try to do the same thing, man. You know, especially like in moments where I feel like for me right now, like I'm interviewing a lot, and every interview is terrifying. You know, like interviewing is. I've been thinking about it lately, and interviewing is really a lot like dating because you're trying to find where you fit and who you fit with. And every time you go on a date, it's always nerve wracking. And it's the same thing with interviewing. It's like, all right, well, I have to like make sure that these people like me and I have to make sure that they know that like I can do the job. But at the same time, I'm learning more so recently. It's like I just have to go in there and be me. And if they don't like me, that's fine. And the whole purpose is that I go in there, act like myself, and they like me, you know? So that's something that I've been struggling with lately is like every time I go into an interview, I'm always being this person that I'm not. And it's fearful to be the person that you actually are because you're constantly worried if people will actually like you or not. So something that I'm learning lately is just always, you know, making sure that I'm being myself. And if I don't get the job, or if it was actually like a date situation and that person didn't like me, then good, like good riddance. Hopefully they just don't come back. And at least I learn something about myself every single time that I do something like that. So that's definitely one of the things that I'm really focusing on lately is just
Bro,
making
I
sure.
could not agree more with that. I started taking that approach towards interviews at some point when I was unemployed and I was going on like hundreds of them. I think it's a lot harder to do when you really, really want a particular job, which I think is the situation you're in. Like you're passionate about it. You're not like unemployed filing for like 100 jobs and it's easier. But you get into this place where you just kind of flip the script. Like I got rejected so much where I was like, actually, you know what? Fuck all. Like I'm not like whatever. Like I keep getting rejected. Like I'm gonna start rejecting them. I'm doing the interview, and I would walk in there like I was interviewing them to be like, why should I come work for you guys? I'm the best. You clearly need me. And I wasn't having that persona in the interview, right? Like that's not how I was behaving, but that was like my internal mindset. Like that was how I gave myself strength of like, I'm looking at these places, I'm interviewing these people so I could find out like where's the best place for me to work. And eventually, you know, I just think having a more positive attitude like that and looking at it like, I'm rejecting you. You're not rejecting me. I'm rejecting you. You can't fire me. I quit. Whatever. You know what I'm saying, bro? But just having that, there's like a comedy to it, but there's also just a lot of power to that idea of running your own mental game and kind of controlling the narrative in your own head. Because if they beat you in your head, bro, you're fucking done, bro. Like, you're in the fucking, throne in your head. So, like, or you should be. So if they beat you there, you're kind of fucked. So at least start in a place of power in your mind, and then try to like exude that energy into the world of like, I'm valuable and I'm skilled and I have many options and I'm actually deciding. You think you're deciding? I'm fucking deciding. I'm the fucking decider. I'm the captain now, So, dude, bro, 100% agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, for sure. Anybody else have experiences with this kind of thing?
I'm relating to all this. I love that you're an interviewer, because I can talk all day if someone's talking, but I'm not good at, like, this is the second space I've been in. I've been in the crypto space for probably 6 months, so actually like active in it like every day. But I've been and like I said, I only came in here because KOWSKY was in here, and I relate with him, and then it got kind of busy, like 5 people's busy to me. Anyway, but when it comes to work, and I'm in my comfort zone, I used to, before COVID, I work in a really up-paced environment, oil field in Canada, and there's always a lot of people yelling, screaming, mistreating each other. And I always have people who come in and work with me who are kind of like, what's going on? And why is this guy an asshole? And I'm like, don't put up with nothing, man, and just ignore these guys. And then I'm always telling these bosses, like, man, these guys got kids and stuff at home, and you're talking to this guy like that, and you don't even have kids. Like, so I kind of set this bar around people in my work area where you run the show, and if anyone mistreats you, you're freaking out of there in like a heartbeat. And maybe I'm not wording this right, but I'm relating with the conversation. So, I mean, you run the show, man. Everywhere I go now, if I'm not comfortable, I work my butt off for anyone who I work for, and it's their show. But one sign of mistreat, and I just I don't know. Maybe I veered off a bit there, but
Who cares, bro? You're killing it. I love you coming up here, bro. And the space is actually whittling down a little bit. So, it's getting cozier. It's getting comfier. We're pulling up next to the fireside here. We're getting our fucking hands and feet warm, bro. And bro, sometimes I get so excited in the middle of talking about something, I don't even remember any of it. Like, not even just part of it. Like, I literally fully blank out and I forget, like, I have to ask somebody, I'm like, yo, what were we just talking about? And sometimes people think I'm kidding. There's no way you just forgot. You were just in the middle of it. And they're like, are you on drugs? I'm like, no, not that many of them. And it's like,
so
but that's not the reason. It's like, but sometimes, sometimes I'm not. And it's like, I
now I
just get
remember.
excited. I just get excited. Oh, there you go for it.
I came up because everything we were talking about. I've started reading a lot of books since things have got quiet for me, and Brene Brown really touches with me. And I don't know if anyone's read any of her books, and I just actually looked it up in my audiobooks, and it's called Dare to Lead. And she's a massive speaker, and she opens up the curtains at a conference, and she's like, she's spoke at so many conferences, and she opens the curtain and she looks at the curtain boy, and he's like 20 years old or something, and he kind of looks at her. He's like, what's the matter? Like, kind of like we came to see you and you're like tripping right now. And he looks at her and just told her to kind of calm down. And she tells this story in her thing that every time she goes on stage is that vulnerable feeling. And I don't know, I connect with her big time, and I always keep shouting out on Gary's post that I want to see her at VCon. I don't know if anyone knows Brene Brown. Has anyone read any of her books or know who I'm
You
talking
said
about?
Renee, Renee Brown.
Brene Brown.
Renee with the B.
Yeah, like really, really touched me like Gary, man. And that's where I'm connecting with this. So if no one's read her book, I highly recommend Brene Brown. I wouldn't recommend a book I haven't finished. I've read 2 of her books. Amazing. And she touches with like Gary with me. So it's crazy anyway. And she has this problem every time, and it's ignored the cringe. Like, it never goes away. And we're talking about someone who is a leader for women and men in the space in the world. I mean, for people who are scared to talk and scared to speak and stuff like that. And
Real
she's
quick,
still,
I just pinned a Brene Brown at the top. This is the one you're talking about?
look here. I have it on I just pulled it up on my iPad so that I could mention it. And I'm also, it's Dare to Lead, Brene Brown. So I can't see your pin, but Dare to Lead, Brene Brown. Just amazing book about what we're talking about.
Yeah, Brene Brown, you have it right. You definitely pinned it right.
Dope.
Yeah. That's her, man. She's amazing. So totally what we're talking about. This is the most awkward, brave, and kind conversation. There you go. There's the cringe. Holy shit, you just pulled it up so good. Like, wow. That's it, man.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're like, oh, I feel awkward. I don't know. I'm trying to be brave and kind, bro. That's it. Like this, I don't even know this woman, bro. But she nailed it. Like that's describing her conversation. It's describing our conversation. Cause yeah, when you get real, bro, and talk about life, and maybe it's your first time, and maybe it's not your first time, but it can get awkward and real and brave and kind and messy and humble and so many other things, bro. But it's about embracing that. It's about doing it anyway. It's not about trying to be perfect or clean it up or make sure you come off 100% polished. Fuck that. Maybe one day you'll end up like that, but you end up
Once
like that with
that's my
practice.
idol, that shit like that. You know, like I'm a motivation. Like I my TikTok, my Instagram, and everything. I have it up there as motivational speaker. Like I'm not. I by heart am naturally like when I'm around my friends. Like I'm the person in the room that is like, come on, anything you want, you say it. I'm gonna make sure you can do it. You know what I mean? And but in these spaces, I'm like scared to raise my hand, and I'm like, fuck, what's going on? But once I connect with someone, and I connected with you via internet, and that's why I came in this space. And the KOWSKY I get down with, this guy's wicked. So I just jumped right in here like it was snap, right? And now I'm talking right now, like I feel comfortable, but I didn't really. And as soon as I seen people popping up in here, I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, bro,
anyway.
but you're killing it. I think you may even, I don't know how you think you're doing, but I think you're killing it. I think you're doing better than you think or than you
Yeah,
sound
no,
like you think.
yeah, no, that's cool. I just, I just saying, I'm glad to be here anyway. But yeah, and I'll let you guys ask questions, talk, and say anything. But if someone keeps the conversation going, I can talk all fucking night long. But otherwise, I'm just like a deer in the headlights. So that
Hell
Brene
yeah, bro.
Brown
It's all
helped me
good. We're
out.
happy to hear it. Bro, if I like I was telling Matt earlier, if I didn't have to breathe, I would just probably keep talking. So I'm all good. Real quick, I see Gambler or Not a Gambler is in here. Gambler, if you want to request up, that's cool. If you just want to listen, that's cool too. We're just talking about life, bro. So if you want to talk about literally anything, philosophy, religion, politics, everything's on the fucking table, just like life, bro. So also you could just sit out and listen, and maybe you're at work. I don't fucking know where you're at. Maybe you can't listen. That's fine too. But yeah, just coming back to some other shit. Matt, what are your thoughts? What I haven't heard from you in a minute. How you feeling over there?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm just taking everything in. It's nice to hear everybody. It's nice to be in an awkward, weird conversation with a bunch of people that I don't know. I'm enjoying it. Um, but I guess just to keep the conversation going on the topic of life, where does everyone think their life is heading? Like, do you ever think about that kind of thing? Because that was something that was on my mind today as I was just kind of wondering where I'm going.
I would like to solve world hunger. I literally say that all the time, and people think I'm fucking around because I have no blueprint or outline or plans or any idea how to do that. I don't know, man. I hope one day I have lots of money and I could hire like a team of fucking experts to like care about that shit. Cause I don't think that it's impossible. I just think nobody gives a shit or something, or not nobody, but I think just nobody, I don't know. Not gives a shit. I don't want to say that either. Like, cause it's like some people go, oh, why doesn't Elon Musk like cure hunger? Like that was something on Twitter, and it's like I don't know, yeah, like maybe he should do that, but like he's also working on like completely reducing like carbon emissions and making electric cars. Like that's a good thing too. So it's like I don't really like taking shots at people who are already doing something good, if they're not perfect. So who knows? But anyway, it's a tangent. I hope at one point I end up in a position where like I'm not hyper focused on some other shit. It kills me that but people are fucking hungry, bro. Like we live in America, bro. Like in America, it's so fucking popular to take shots at the top like 1 or 2%, and I get that sentiment, bro. Like there was like a point where I was going to the Occupy Wall Street like protest years ago, so I get it. But if you want to talk about top like 1 or 2%, like I'm pretty sure America is in the top like 1 or 2. And I don't know if this is a real quote, but like, dude, we are in the top fucking percentages of living for the entire world. Like, still, like, I heard a stat the other day 25% of the world, of the 7 billion people in the world, do not have the fucking internet. Like that's 1/4, bro. Like, so to not, Like, so, and then we're here. Like, I'm on my fucking Twitter. I'm hosting a fucking space. Like, I'm on my own fucking talk show, so to speak. Because, like, that's just something you can do now if you have a fucking iPhone and Twitter. And, like, I don't know. I think we just, like, sometimes, like, take for granted, like, like we have it really fucking good, you know? And we have it so good that we're literally throwing out food because it's ugly. Like, I don't know, you know, if you guys know this, but, you know, like supermarkets and like, you know, groceries, that type of shit, like, it's not just if it's rotten. It's if it's not an appealing enough shape or if it's oblong or if it came out a little bit weird, they think consumers aren't going to like pick that one, which may even be true. And they just fucking throw it out half the time. I wish I could be, I don't know. It would be great to like inspire something or be part of something where like, you know, there's a coordinated effort to at least like give the food people are throwing out to people who are hungry instead of worrying like it's a liability. Like, oh, what if they don't like it? What if they choke? Like, what if it goes bad? It's like, I don't know. So then have them sign a fucking waiver. Like, what if they die because we didn't give them food? Like, are you serious? Like what's the alternative? They're like, well, I don't know. We don't want to feed these people. It might be bad for them. You know what's fucking bad for them? Starving to fucking death. Like, Jesus Christ. All right, I'm ranting. Crypto Stories has his hand up. Let me pass it off before my head explodes with how mad I am about how fucked the world is sometimes. But we gotta goddamn fix it somehow. Crypto,
It
what's
is
up?
What about a garden, man? Like we got gardens in my town, and I just had something touch me in my this year, and we got these public gardens. On the street I grew up on. I lived in 3 houses on this street, and I told my mom one day I'm gonna buy a house on this street. Anyway, now I hope to never live on that street again. But I end up coming home, and I'm on this street helping my mom garden this year, and these people are complaining about the garden because people are taking the food, and I'm like, are you kidding me? If someone's taking food, you should be chasing them down and giving them another bag of food. And anyway, at the end of the season, it's October now. We just harvested all the potatoes. I go and half these gardens are left. The food is still left there, and it was just blowing my mind how people would not give away the food and then they left it there to rot. But anyway, back to what you were saying about world hunger, and I'm not sure where you live, but I'm wondering if they have those public gardens. These are public free gardens built by the city that are, I think,
Maybe in Manhattan. I live in New York. I would imagine somewhere in Manhattan they've got to have it.
these things are blowing my mind. They just came up all over the city. I'm like, why aren't these everywhere? Why aren't these all around the city? And now there's getting more. This year, I think there was 3 or 4 that came up. Next year, I think there should be 10. I think there should be. I mean, I live in a city of 70,000 people that they complain about the homeless. I see 17 homeless people downtown. I'm like, we could fix this right now. You know, it blows my mind. And
And wait,
so,
bro, I'm sorry. You said you're in Canada?
yeah, I'm in
All right,
Canada,
you go.
Alberta. And anyway, just that's one idea I had for just helping with hunger, man. These gardens, these public gardens that they're doing are amazing.
Yeah, bro. I think that's a phenomenal idea. You know, it's like, you know, I'm not the person that knows all this shit, but I tend to be fucking loud. So if someone's listening to me, yeah, okay, I don't know about it, but maybe I'll just keep fucking mentioning it. And maybe someone who like needs help and is like, oh, well, I just need someone who to be the voice of this. I have all these ideas, but I need a speaking guy. I'm like, all right, fine, we're in, we partner. You know what I mean? So I don't think you have to have a plan or fucking know as long as you're honest about it. You know, I'm not fronting, I'm not lying to fucking anybody about it here, but I don't think it's a bad thing to say, I'd love to contribute to ending world hunger. And then people are like, well, how are you going to do it? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't say I knew how. I would just love to be part of it. And that's true. That's accurate. I didn't say I was going to, you know, I didn't make a commitment. There's no fucking contract. I just think if I say that and someone goes, well, I'd pay you $70,000 a year to come work at my company where we're coming to end world hunger, I'd be like, okay. You know, so
Sadhguru's always looking for volunteers. If you want to work for him, he's trying to solve world hunger, man. That guy's killing it every day.
Who is?
Sadhguru, I'm not sure if you know who he is, but he's an Indian guru, and the guy's trying to solve world hunger by the day, and he's doing a really good job at it. And his project is called Save the Soil, and it's all about, if we think the world's crazy now, well, we are running out of land. Wait till everyone's hungry, and it's and people get pretty upset when they're hungry. You know what I mean? Like, it's, what's that word that they use? I'm hangry, and he's one to look into for you there, KOWSKY. I don't know if you. I see that you like mindfulness, but Sadhguru.
what? How do you spell the first name?
Sadhguru, Sadguru, and it means
sad shit. Why is he sad, bro?
No, it means. Oh, he just tweeted as I'm talking to you. I'll read you the tweet. Oh my God, there's no need to do what others are doing. You must truly do what matters. Check Sadhguru at Sadhguru. Just tweeted it. Do what matters, man. And I can't believe that just
Oh, sad
happened.
with an H at the end, right?
I'll just look at the tweet again here, man. I can't believe that just happened. He's
I think
changed
it's
my life,
Sod.
this
Is
guy.
it sad or Sod? There's
S
that H. Is
A
the H
S
silent?
A S A D H G U
Yeah,
R
yeah.
U.
All right, I just
And
pinned that up at the top in case anybody else wants to check out this either sad or Sod Guru guy.
Sadhguru, it means he's a he's an uneducated teacher. Like he doesn't have no knowledge, no schooling behind what he does. He's just a single leader by living through it. Like I can't really explain it.
No,
He
dude, I get it.
changed my life.
He's
This guy,
a student of life, not like Harvard or something. I get it.
yeah, changed my life. This guy, man, like big time. There it is, man. Love him. I'm gonna retweet him right now.
Bro, I like that quote too. Like, there's no need to do what others are doing. You must do what truly matters most. There was this idea I was kind of thinking about recently that kind of is along that same vein with that idea. But it's like, some people try to be the next someone else, right? Like you're in basketball, you want to be the next LeBron James, right? But LeBron James did not want to be the next LeBron James, Like, I don't know, you could say, oh, well, he wanted to be the next Jordan. Like, I don't know. I wasn't there exactly, right? But my point is, like, be the first fucking you, dude. Don't be the next LeBron James. Don't be the next Jordan. Like, be the first fucking something. And, like, yes, you should have people to look up to. It's good to have role models. And I'm not shitting on that. Don't fucking twist it. But while you're doing all that, don't ever cross that line where you like over idolize the person you look up to and
Oh,
then
totally.
therefore are always 1 or 2 or 3 steps behind them because whereas that person got to where they are thinking like, you know, okay, how do I become the biggest, basketball player ever? You were thinking, how do I become the next LeBron James? How do I beat LeBron James? And he's thinking, how do I become the best? How do I become better than anyone else in the world? Forget anybody. How do I become the best version of myself? How do I beat the me that I was yesterday? Like, I mean, I don't, so I've heard some of his quotes and he does think like that. I don't want to speak for him, obviously, but, and that's just an example. But that's the point. It's like, be the first fucking you. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be the next whatever. Don't try to be a better version of it.
And
Just be
don't
fucking
idolize
authentic.
anyone. Don't
Right?
idolize anything. Don't put nothing on a pedestal. And that's what this guy's all about, man. Like not even your own. Like, I think you'll really like him, man. I think you'll connect. But anyway, if you do check it out, let me know. Give me feedback. But it's all about not just doing what's right and not putting anything on a pedestal. And what am I looking for here? I lost it, but I'll get it back.
It's okay, bro. It comes back when it's meant to. I also think if it's meant for you, it can't miss you. So, if it's truly meant to be, you'll remember it. It'll come back. And if not, fuck it, bro. Maybe you're better without it. We don't know. You never know these things.
All right. I think it's been a really good chat. I think I might be on my way out. I don't know how everybody else is feeling, but we've been going for a little bit now. What are you feeling, KOWSKY?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess up to, me, you, and Crypto here. Yeah, we're the ones talking. You know me, bro. I could talk till I die. I don't have to be up. I could probably talk for another hour if I needed to. We could keep it going to 11 if the people in here want to. I see Jess is in here. Jess, what the fuck is good? Welcome to Twitter Spaces and shit. You could come up if you want. You don't have to. But yeah, if no one, if it's just the three of us, and we're kind of coming to like a natural conclusion, you got to go to sleep here, we could definitely close out the room. But yeah, before we do that, any last words, any closing words, anyone want to come up, speak, any mic drop moments, words wisdom that you want to leave us on here? If not, we'll just kind of close out, say a couple more things here, and then we'll plan to meet up in the next space. All right, no one's requesting up. That's fine. Crypto, you good? Any last words from you while you're up here?
I'm good, bro. I'm gonna definitely be in your next space. I'm down. I'm stoked. I met Matthew. Jiffy, I heard you speak. Pumped. KOWSKY, man. Love it.
I think it's Jefe.
Chefe, sorry.
It means I think boss in Espanol.
Okay, copy that. Thank you. And JP, good to see you. I don't know you, but just thanks for holding the space, and I'm glad I connected with you guys and Matthew and everyone. So have a great night, everyone.
Take care,
Hell yeah.
everybody.
And if you're out here, I just want you to remember that the universe is made of love. It's abundant. The world is full of love. There are dark moments in the world, but it's your choice what to focus on. So you can focus on the darkness, but you could also focus on the beauty. And within that beauty, there is love and there is light. And you are love. You are a piece of the universe as much as the moon and the sun and the stars. The same atoms that, construct the fabric of the universe are the same atoms that create the molecules and cell that form you. So quite literally, you are the universe. You are part of the universe, and you are loved. Matt, any last words for these people before we close this out?
All I can say is keep expanding your energy, keep trying to do things that you're afraid of, and keep pushing on. That's it.
Fuck yeah, bro. So that's it. We're closing out. We love y'all. I'm going to hit end on this space. Feel free to like, share, listen to the recording. Play it for your parents. If they're around, play it for your grandparents. Maybe your little cousin or something, People might need to hear this shit. Maybe just show them a small piece of it or fucking don't. Hoard it to yourself. Hide it in your room and sit down and listen to the whole thing selfishly alone. And then maybe share it after that. Whatever. Do what feels right. Follow your intuition. We fucking love you, and peace motherfucking out.